Hello, Wrexham fans. How are you? I hope you're doing great. And look, what Ryan Reynolds and Mcelhenney just did has the football world in shock. Stay with me until the end because I'll tell you everything and even bring you details you can't miss. But first, you know what? Subscribe to the channel and like us to receive all the latest news from the Red Dragons. Now, let's get to the latest and greatest news from Wrexham AFC. After ending a decade outside the National League in 2023, Wrexham began a true climb in English football. They achieved consecutive promotions, brilliant management by Phil Parkinson, and, of course, the strong support of owners Ryan and Rob. The result? For the first time in 43 years, the club is back in the Championship. But the goal is even bigger, to take Wrexham to the Premier League. And to that end, the team has invested heavily this summer. With each transfer window, the Red Dragons show they're not playing around in the Championship. They've already broken the transfer record several times, first with Sam Smith, then with Lewis O'Brien, and most recently with Nathan Broadhead. Just look at the difference. At the beginning of the Reynolds and Rob era, the club was barely competing financially. But today, the situation is completely different. To give you an idea, in 2022-23, when Wrexham was still in the National League, they had a reality check when they faced Championship teams in the FA Cup. Against Coventry, for example, the difference was absurd. Almost double the wage bill, 3 times the stadium. Even so, Wrexham won 4-3 in that historic match. And against Sheffield United, the disparity was even greater. They paid 8 times as much in wages. And guess what happened? Wrexham faced them head-on, forced a replay, and only lost in the second leg. Now, fast forward to 2025. Just 2.5 years later, Wrexham is not only playing against Coventry and Sheffield United in the Championship, but they've also outspent both of them off the field in the transfer market. While Sheffield spent less than £2 million and Coventry around £3.5 million, Wrexham went out and invested heavily, around £23.5 million in reinforcements, including the record signing of Nathan Broadhead for up to £10 million. To give you an idea, so far only Norwich has spent more than £20 million this window, and even then, less than Wrexham. Isn't that an incredible turnaround? From a club struggling to survive in the National League, to being the team that invests the most in the entire Championship by 2025. And I want to hear from you. With all this investment, can Wrexham dream of not only establishing themselves in the Championship, but even fighting for promotion to the Premier League? Comment below, like, and subscribe to the channel because I'll continue to bring you all the latest news from this team that never ceases to amaze. See you next time.